Parliament, I am so disappointed that
you can come on later.
Allow her to put down that you represent, telling them that the way you started is the wrong footing. No,
allow him to land down, then you can come.
Okay, Queen, Queen, honorable.
That is the dictatorship, that is I don't care attitude. Don't you feel
honorable.
As an honorable member of Parliament, you are representing the whole country.
No, but
you need to stop with what their concerns, and you start telling us that what is this nonsense issue about?
Let him finish, Queen.
No, I'm not allowing him to finish. Let him
No, listen. We have to listen. We have to listen to each other. We have to all listen to each.
Queen, you're not only representing a party, you're representing a whole country. And we don't expect this mediocrity from you. If you call yourself an honorable person, you have to respect every person.
Can you please, boy, great thing boy. Then you watch us alive, boy. Don't keep Queen, boy.
Queen is alright now. Queen, please.
You cannot be here and disrespecting people, calling yourself an honorable person.
We have
in Parliament representing the whole country.
Yeah, you already put forward your point now.
Okay, let us apologize to everyone.
Make your point, Abdullah. Make your point. Don't listen to Queen, man.
Abdullah, just listen, guys. We have Gambian like.
I feel offended as a citizen, as a concerned citizen coming here, and my member of Parliament as a Gambian is
Queen.
So who are you representing? You are not fit to be in Parliament. You are not fit to be in Parliament. The way you started is the wrong footing. So you have to apologize to everybody.
Queen, let him apologize
to everybody.
You can do that.
Like this.
No, you don't compel people to apologize.
You don't need to apologize to nobody.
Allow him to make his point, then you can come up.
This is not a dictatorship.
Mr. Abdullah, can you go ahead, please make your point?
Okay. The reason why I came in, man, I waxtaan bi ma duga. Dama fone li ma wax moy li ngeen nekk di waxtaan. Su fekkee da ngeen bëgg pour clarité ngeen soxla ci li nga xamne loolu ngeen a waxtaan loolu motax ma dugg ci groupe bi té bi ma duggé pour ma am support pour ma wax man ma bind ma né I am an executive member su ngeen ma mayé chance ma mëna explain so wax yi ma dégg ci
you come here with respect and do it you are honorable
boy you don't know how to boy
can you mute Queen?
You're not in Parliament because of yourself. You're in Parliament because for everybody.
When you have time, you can
it's
address
the population
all those,
that voted
right?
for you. So
you
don't
interject. Let's be civic.
Tries to have a discussion. Then
Queen,
you should treat people with respect.
Please,
the way
Queen,
you started
calm down.
is wrong. That was the wrong footing.
Boy, Queen, you're focusing on the problem, Sakir, boy. Queen, you're focusing on the problem, Sakir.
I think he's on the way there.
Happy
because of Nikki, that time I do something with Kir. My friend.
Just stop right there. Don't go personal with me, okay?
No, of course I will go personal with you because you're disrespecting people here.
No, you wouldn't. I said what he started
calm
off
down.
with, he doesn't need to.
Down.
That is the wrong footing.
Please.
You don't come here and disrespect people.
Okay, Queen.
As an honorable
you
person,
say what
you're
you're
here
supposed to say. Can you calm down now, Queen?
Queen, please. You said what you're supposed to say and you heard it. Everybody heard what
Queen,
you do
please.
it with respect.
Queen, calm down, please.
You honor the men that are here. You honor the people that you are serving.
Yeah, we've heard you now. Allow
Queen,
to make
we heard you. You are spot on.
If we want to have a civil conversation, we should be professional enough and disciplined to listen to each other. Not all of us are going to support the same party.
So
not all of us are not all of us are going to have the same opinion. But just respect some other people like they respect you and give them the opportunity to express themselves.
No, but he started at the wrong thing.
But please, they gave you an opportunity. Just let him talk, please, so we can move on.
I have said my bit.
Okay, Abdullah, please move on. Abdullah, don't piggyback on the what. Just move on and express what I've said.
No.
For the sake of peace,
for me,
so we can move on.
Okay. I am okay.
Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not to offend anybody. Okay, let me not explain more. What time be clarity? Okay, it's about the Gambia. It's about NPP and the money that they are supposed to distribute to women. Clarity clarity. Of course, if you have people you have understanding, information is accurate. I think even such political party because it's about the Gambia at the end of the day. So let's not talk about the legality of the money now. National People's Party is a political party. Bo have na ñu ko establish in the Gambia, and then a member contribution, number one. Then they fundraising, number two. So can we NPP munta amal bopam halis pour joko jigeni? We are not talking about money coming from the coffers because we have the Women Enterprise Fund, bo hamne Parliament legislate na defna funds in the basket. Lolo pour national level because all women groups in this country, then they apply that fund through Minister of Gender, and they get the money through, there is a committee kind of responsible. So NPP as a political party send fundraising bunch of spend and then we put it in our account. So you're telling us that we cannot use that money and give it to women in the Gambia? They are members of the political party. Of course we can do that. So we have seen political parties that are in government giving scholarships to people to go to school. But they are not giving it to anybody who it's not within their political party. But we are not complaining about that. Government is giving scholarships to people. I don't know about my president, anybody benefiting from that scholarship, you are a Gambian. But because that is not NPP, that is why everybody is benefiting. When you talk about NPP, member-led, I'm the membership card. The party has all right to give you money, unless you am campaign financing legislation, they don't regulate money, the political parties they spend. Other than that, I'm not so. The parties should not give money to women. Of course, the money also is not like party because distribute. No, the money is going to the, let's say, to the bank. Like there are set, criteria you have, and then you will pay back the money.
Okay, what are those criteria? Can you tell us what are those criteria?
No, that is not for me. That is not for me because Halis.
Okay, then, with all due respect, you cannot Mr. Honorable, you don't want to come here and say you are going to clarify. And when we ask you for details, you say no. But I asked you a question.
No, but I am not the one giving out the money. I said the money is at the bank.
But you said there is criteria for you to get the money. Okay, but you said that you have the information. So I asked you, what are those criteria? So we can all know.
But how,
if you don't know it, just say I don't know it.
To get the money?
You don't know the criteria.
You have to.
I think you can moderate by asking questions and allow others also to ask questions. Yeah, he said he doesn't know, so you can ask.
Okay, thank you. I didn't hear that. If you say you don't know, then that's fine.
No, the reason why we're gonna have him here is for you to ask, and then other panelists also to ask him certain questions.
Everybody is free to ask.
Yeah.
You see, what you jolly hold, then you want to the money. Halis be nekunde party be the file to distribute. No, there must be a set criteria to get the money. And so they Halis banks the bank be. You and I know very well you cannot go to the bank and get money. So make a loan guardian. Of course, you have to fill the form. You have to go through a certain process to get that money. No la neka di wax
man honorable man we do malinga wad way dama la laaj ndax yow xam nga process bi nga wax
the campaign ñoñu leen ko jox that's the criteria
Queen Balalma yow nga ne da nga to clarify a point that the Gambians are divided about. But instead of clarifying, there is a criteria, and we ask you what is the criteria, you do not know. And we ask then what are you clarifying?
Why is he
your
here?
generation of Gambians do not allow accountability. Question.
Boy, nakalati, Great thinker, Harama Watana. No, wait, Mike, wait.
The parties are the liberty of doing that. We need
Mike, wait.
This is not like public funds.
Can I accomplish you? No, Harama def some clarification.
Point,
Did Harama def some clarification.
Okay, after long, I made the thing this point.
I think Malimawa is very clear. Two aspects, like the money. Nyun swing party. We have money in our party account. We have people who support us. because of they believe in the party and they are part of the party. They are supporting our cause.
Okay, Aduboy.
Wait, Manurek.
You have said that 3 times. You don't understand.
Okay, legi. No, dama address affaire criteria bi
60 seconds, please.
Wow, dama ne. Ki waxuma ko ne ñu dem knock on doors ak yoyu non moy criteria bi. Dama ko ne tay ñun jigen ñu topa ñoo xamne everyday ñu ngi ci party bi di dox suba guddi be ci ngone. They need something to invest in their life. And they have their business plans.
Point Bobby, you understanding?
Okay, no, keep you di ma misinterpret. But secondly, dama bëgg address Mel. Please, ñaan na la.
No. Listen.
Waxuma ko dara lu personal.
Let's just move on.
No, let me just address this. Wait,
don't go back there.
Mel ma rek tuti.
No, don't be good. Dafa ci wa ciow rek bal ki.
No, duma ko wolu ci ciow.
Yeen da ngeen yabaate.
Why Queen?
I think Queen, you need to restrain yourself.
Aduboy ak Mel yaga ne ci TikTok bi ñom
exactly man do ko dara lu ñaaw deglu len ma tamit
Mel yaga ne fi su nekké
waaw deglu len ma su
nekké amna lu ko Aduboy bu ga may len ko rek gis nga dafa xulo dafa am
xulo ma Mel dama ne Mel yow suma sister nga te pare plateforme ñun ñop ñoko boka te Gambia so gisé yow ngay complain because Gambia daf la ñor so gisé keneen ti complain Gambia daf ko ñor so gisé man tamit may wax di defend suma government Gambia daf ma ñor waaye dafa am yoo xam ne shenanigans yoo xam ne I beg you xalel nga because lu bon suy tenye sama gëna la ko te suñu wax nañ oda suñu wax dafa am wa yoo xam ne jaru ko fi
okay
because respect soo ko amee rek di yaa ko jox sa boppa te yow suñ sister nga te yaaga nañ ci sa plateforme man am very comfortable pour ma extra platform huloo ak yow wàcca.
Can you tell me how I disrespected you?
No, because of xam nga dafa am words yoo xam ne yaa ngi ko fi yu jarul ñu dellu ci.
No, I said shame on you. I know, man, I said shame on you for supporting an incompetent government. I said, God damn it, shame on you, do saga. Now, if that is not part of your vocabulary, I am sorry, but lolu no do saga. No, personally, I am done walking around people's egos. So need fene in Gambia, we should be able to tell someone that they lied. Why I affaire ki mak la ki halela so mak fene man so fene
no lima la wax Mel
yeah
nit you see yow da nga mean western system bi dafa am ñoo xamne am na words yoo xam ne soo ko use you offend them.
Well, it's not okay then not
dafa ndanka Mel ñun nuñ judo ak nuñ jaro we give respect to each other.
Boy, you think judo bi ak yaro bi mo nekk di yaha Gambia.
Okay, let's move on. You know what,
di wax ne ñun dañ yaru no hara rek the same Gambians di wax ne ñun dañ yaru ñun dañ am culture ñun dañ am respect. You are the same Gambians dina nekk di sàcc xaalis ci Gambians ci ba pare di ko jël di ko use leneen. The same Gambians yi wax ne ñun dañ am yar. The people that are working for our government, they are not aliens. These are Gambians in Gambia. They want ñom dañ yaru. They want ñom dañ am respect. If you have respect, you do not steal people's money. If you have respect, you do not steal from government coffers. If you have respect, you do not lie. So man, I do not understand the concept of yo nit fen na why ken du ko wax ne da nga fen because okay ñun suñ culture li lañ mean. Man, I do not dabble around that. If you sit before me and you lie, I'm going to tell you have lied. So if you have a problem with that word, I am sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay, my sister. Let's move on.
Yes. Otherwise, now you can think from activism point of view. I do not see problem with Mel's statement because she has been very assertive and then she's a citizen. The whole thing does not sit well with her. That's why she was trying to put forward our concern. We need to be very civic and allow each individual to make your statement until you are done. If you pick up, you can also debunk because we're going to see it from different perspective. People that are with President Barrow, we're going to see that, look, this is our money, it's the party money, we raise it and then we want to invest back. But citizens also have all right to ask the incumbent and then the ministers that seeks to serve their affairs that are actually been entrusted with their resources to criticize them, to hold them to account, and to call on special investigation about this whole money that has been accumulated, right? They have all right. And I believe all of us here, including my own brother, Honorable, will agree with me that the citizen has all right to question where this 50 million is coming from. Is it coming from their donors that will actually put money out there in return of having government bidding or whatnot? So citizen had all right. So for me, I think we should continue engaging the government because honestly, women are suffering in that country. And, putting aside 50 million government dollars just for NPP supporters, I don't think that is just. I believe that is unjust. I think government should definitely try to work with the area councils to ensure that women that are actually in the gardens, women that are actually in the market, have access to resources and funds to be able to invest in agriculture and other issues. So, we should continue asking the government about these 50 million. Personally, I would say it is more of voter inducement tactics ahead of political season or ahead of December election. And, politics around Africa has been going on like this. So we should never condemn citizens with open mindset to criticize government or to hold them to account or to call national audit to investigate some of all these expenditures. So, it's a crazy thing, by the way, but I believe, we should continue. We should continue talking. We should continue engaging. Those of you who align with the government are going to defend the government at all costs. But some of us who do not really align with any political parties have all right to question the source of this funding. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Who want to go next?
Thank you very much, Deepak.
Me.
Lamin. Okay, Lamin, go ahead. After Mike.
Yeah, okay. We have to be very sincere with ourselves and very honest to ourselves. What the Honorable did here is very wrong. You cannot come to a platform and we are not honest or you state something which is very wrong, then you don't accept people to tell you that you are wrong. I don't disagree that fund is from the party, but there's a way to use that fund. Gambia you see an error Mohammed is a very, very bad error. Legi la safara joge talsi lefet hospital bi. Legi la niti di complain one incubator ñu ngi def fofu ñaari xale wala ñetti xale. So when the government, when we are all yearning for that government to do something better for the Gambians, we see that that government ñu ngi siya xaalis to their members. Nga ne niti ñu noppi duñ lay laaj xaalis bobu fa la joge. You are joking. People must ask you, where do you get that fund for? And then the only thing you can do is come and defend yourself. The fund is from this and this and this. I think that is the most easiest way. Hanga legi ne baro NPP government luñ wax ci gamene duñ leen gom. Luñ wax ci government duñ leen gom. A government moo xamantene yow sa fis money 150,000 fis money 150,000. What for? What for? People are dying. People are hungry. We don't have good education. Our health system is very poor. But you still want people to just keep quiet. A big honorable member, you come to this platform, you say something very horrific. You cannot defend even yourself. You can't defend your party. You say rubbish thing and then go down, and then you expect people to keep quiet. We can't. We can't keep quiet. We are going to challenge the government. The government is there to defend themselves. We are going to challenge the government. This is the crisis for all the Gambians. Me, what I'm going to say to all the Gambians is, this is the right time. We should rise up to know how to change government. Gambians, we should rise up to know how to change government. In any time the government misbehave, the government is going to know that when I misbehave, my people are going to change me. But when we are here to afraid that when we change this government, the same thing is going to happen, what the coalition did to us, that the same thing is going to happen. But we know, we train how to change government. That's the best solution. We don't care when the government, whether you are going at the right direction or wrong. But when you misbehave, we change you. But when we are here push and pulling, when the government is just mismanaging our wealth, mismanaging everything, Aduboy is here to defend the government on something which is not irrelevant. Because the way you are defending this government, you are making people to angry, always. So there's a way of defending government. No. Fogmatalgo, because you know, you're no negative defend government be. Me, I'll be angry. Look, Yajame, he did something bad to the Gambians, which we all agree. But down, education was free. Man, mangenyo pay 13,000 for my little sister. So, man, you feel like me? I'll be happy with Adama.
What school nigga?
No, he's in college. He's in college, no school. He's in college.
So college free long time jam.
Yes, it's free.
No,
it's free.
No.
It was free. It was free. By joke. By for needing fee. People are not sleeping. We are seeing anything happening in the Gambia. We are not free. Your head of state always go out to make people angry. You cannot stand a full head of state. No, a full head of state. You cannot stand. You cannot stand in the public and say that, like, this place, like just like Dubai, which you know that you don't build it. You don't make any effort to build that place. People are building their houses. You go and make rubbish words. So this is the high time we come together as Gambians. We stop what we are doing. That is my contribution.
Aduboy, mangi gis yangi binda in the comment section. Ngane this guy, no, we will not, but you can go to Women Enterprise at the Ministry of Gender. What is that about?
Hamga Queen. Ginga legi munga neka opposition.
Or consolidated account revenue fund or ministry, because Ministry of Finance must disburse money from the central bank direct to NPP account. Or to the financial event, man, that day I will resign from NPP because I'm not allowed amount. It's not possible.
Legi, is it possible you have what is the source of the funding?
The source of the funding,
yes,
is our people that have our party.
People like me, come here.
I cannot call names. Which political party will tell them who fund their political party? I will not come and sit and say, I'll be stupid, in fact.
Don't
do benefit. No. I have to correct this thing. Joby Sarah,
No. Let's make something straight here. Right? You are a political party, right?
Wow, an institution.
And I see the father has a source of funding.
Of course.
Right? No. You just hold on.
Okay.
Just hold on. Just hold on.
Wow.
Legi, ñun dañ am president.
Wow.
President bi génnee 50 million. Ñun xamuñ ndax 50 million bii nii. Si keesi government la jógee xamuñ ndax 50 million bii nii ay doomi Gambians ñoo ko dajale jox ko président bi xamuñ ndax external forces ñoo jël xaalis bi.
Jobis déglu nga Jobis déglu nga dema président bi yow président bu mu la déglu
ok am tamit ngeen yokk si ku joxe loolu su dee
dama
nga toog
waaw léegi Cissé
non xaaral ma ñëw bàyyi ko ma
léegi Cissé ñun nañ am président boo xam ne
of the republic
président Gambia la
waaw
léegi su amee anything lu moo def loo xam ne moom mu ngi koo def te génnewu ko si keesi Gambia dafa war a leeralal askan bi ne man xaalis bu ma jël di ko jox suma nit si ñii ay doomi Gambia su def
yow déglu nga président bi
déglu ma rek
président made it very clear moom si speech bi sax président bi yow konte dégluloo président bi si inauguration bi gis nga Jobis moo tax président mi ne nit ki xel ngay demee ak moom su wede people don't understand wax na ko sant yàlla ba mu bëri a dime from xaalis bi jóge from government amul benn budget line fu mu jóge foo kay dem doc au central bank or to the consolidated revenue bu ñëw Gambians
who are these donors?
I don't know. I cannot tell you the whole.
So
Degluma, Jobis. If
you are the president of the nation,
Jobis, Degluma, Jobis, Ngane. Ñun dañoo yóbbu suñ dangaa yóbbu sa source of funding si IEC xaar ben dem si IEC nga tane duñ tender our document from the bank our source of funding those people that because dafa nekk train nekk cash base right those things it's not you to come and discuss it it's for the competent authority let them request for it and we will give them the document
but here Cissé dañoo xam nga Cissé ñun ñëpp si dëkk bi lañu dëkk.
Of course ñun si dëkk bi lañu dëkk.
You are very intelligent of law.
Dof ma jënd yaxuma.
Waaw yow xam nga ne man lu ma laa wax pour good governance.
This is not about government.
No hala rek akay. You are talking about the whole president of a nation, Cissé.
NPP déglu ma président bi déglu ma wax.
How can you wax ne lii lu nekkul
déglu ma naa Jobis déglu xam nga tam nu may wax Jobis président bi of the Republic of the Gambia président Barrow dafay wàcca liggéey after president dafa dem toog këram te du dafa head of a political party. The party make decision. The president be is the secretary general, but the national president is there. But dafa am structures. And MP déglu ma rek. No, dama déglu tam déglu respect. Jobis déglu ma. Jobis yow as a party.
About the criteria for ñu wara am xaalis. I just want to understand. Then so ko respond nga address ale li nga bëgg. Is it just those ñi nga xam ne am nañ the membership card before xaalis bi di ñëw, or is anyone that can prove me léegi
as far as you are a member of NPP whether tey nga ñëwal elect you are all part of it.
So what is the criteria? What is the
Listen, Mariama déglu ma ñëw ma leeralal lii is very important. Jobis political party boo gis dafa am ñu koy fon. Yow si sa boppa waxoon nga yaa ngi doon support li fin yow foo mun a génne an independent person nga mun a doon almost 1 million plus. Ñun tam su party am na ñu ne am dañ am connection tam pour am people can donate the party in any form and political ñun tam su political party dañ dee dem uti fund outside Gambians in the diaspora. am na ñuy dugg seen xaalis am na ñuy loppi ñuy job pledge ay $20,000 defoon nañ beneen bi in fact and sadota ne ñuy plural ay $20,000 ñu ne $15,000 individuals Gambians.
Waaye lii xam nga problème bi mooy these are
Tidos, whatever we are doing is not cash baseless, it's bank transactions. You will see there. You business at all. Now, you need to finance and audit so if a Congress, then in this a financial statement, you present it and then IEC a joke or guy endorse as a political party. Do it more than present document and that mako nyo job man. Job mako. The competent authority that is the IEC. We set the proceedings of Congress and then present the document. I'm not the authority that they should give me. And again, the president is the secretary general of the party, but neko mo decision on kese mo of the party government structures. I understand. And they neko them because 15 because of election. That is false. And so any whereby any budget line of the National Assembly buga approve. Wala any money bu them cut from the central bank, you do that day I'll resign and leave NPP as a party.
Because yow yaa ngi fàtte ne ñun nekkul di xool NPP as NPP ñu ngi xool the person behind it as president tamit.
No.
So kooku li mu def every action am dafa am ni mo reflecté si ñun. Dégg ma pare. So yow as an NPP supporter, yow fi nga ko gisee ak ñun ñi nga xam ne we are not NPP supporters ñu ngi ko xoolee from the perspective of our president being involved in something like this bi nga xam ne moom should have been for everyone. Te the reason why ñu ngi ko flag mooy yan san government bi mu ngi bëri a lot of anonymity. Toog nañ fii nii ngeen andi i pick up ngeen ne am na ku leen ko may ñun nangul leen ko. We did not do much about it. You know what? Other funds would come in from anonymous donors, and this is not the first time. The folk na kepu kutinenka would agree with me that this has been happening for long.
Well, Mariam,
so, haral mapare. You know what?
Opposition party can please take Luma. Okay, go on.
Ekati lu melni 50 million. Ngeen ne da ngeen ko
Mariam, 50 million nekko si account bi.
Luma, waxuma ne lolu mo nekk si account bi.
It's a project of 50 million.
Announced. Lola nekk di wax exactly. So, anga 50 million the transaction cost and everything will come from that. Man understand na lolu, but I'm quoting the sum that has been published.
Okay.
Ngeen jël lu melni lolu ngeen ne you're giving it out to women that affiliate with you guys or your party or your alliances. You may explain in our view that is discriminatory.
That is your right. And that is your right.
Should have been there for everyone.
No.
And also, ki joxe xaalis bi, if it's an individual entity or it's consolidated funds from different anonymous donors, at what interest are they getting in return?
That is left to you. I'm not here to tell you. Because I'm not the administrative secretary.
No, what man you're the secretary? I'm telling you, this is
Mariam, I'm not deglu man tam respond. Mariam, man tam NPP as a party. Deglu, after honorable new. NPP as a party, they will be naive. Degluma. NPP as a party. Mariama Deglu.
It's because you guys know them, people are vulnerable.
Mariama Degluma.
People are vulnerable.
Mariama Degluma. NPP as a party. NPP as a party, they will be naive and sorry to use this language, they will be stupid before Madam Justibity. Suma kir lay defar sulu nga dem selfish. Man do mo nek kuma dawal ci naaj bi mu ñu dawal di do everything for the sake of what? Man, okay, the Madam Justibity, then I will be stupid and naive. I will do that.
Anybody that has the answer, I have a question for anybody that has the answer to please answer me. Since Adam Barrow came into power in 2016, is there any project that is funding Gambian women that is out there that has been published like the way this one is published? If there is any project for Gambian women out there, please tell me. Tell me where it is, tell me what the criteria is, and the amount of money that has been disbursed.
Honorable Cisse, I think so you're a member of parliament. You can talk about the Women Enterprise Fund of 2020, the Act of Parliament of 2020, for the Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare. Mange mute.
Cisse, menu nak police na yoto mena. Mais honorable mo honorable li mom mo ci dara. Yo ya fa nek wax dega.
Well, anyway, well, I mean, I think you agree on one thing. People have right to their opinion, whether I'm convinced or not. But that's also man limaham. Okay, first question B. We have the Women Enterprise Fund. That is money, appropriated by the National Assembly. Money as a state covers on the Ministry of Gender for every woman in this country. So when I'm a group can register, you have access to that fund. Okay, even though they did not pay the money, you balance your everybody around the aguton support and up till now, government put money in the coffers again for women. Aside from that, Social Development Fund is now been changed to a bank and investment bank kind of. They are giving money to women groups everywhere in the country, from KMC, West Coast region, and the provinces. This is for everybody. Any woman group, whether you are part of NPP or UDP, non-political, you go there, you can have money. I have seen them giving money to individuals, women in the provinces. You understand? And this is entirely for women. So project and women are going for it. Business, they are going for that money. I mean, I don't want to go in because I have seen a report. Currently, you have and you get try to recover. That is Social Development Fund. So government is putting money in two baskets to make sure that you support Jigeni. The Women Enterprise Fund is going, the Social Development Fund is going.
How much?
This one,
what's the amount?
That one is a lot. The Social Development Fund one is a bank, more than $100 million is there. They are giving out money to women group. If you meet the criteria as a group, they give you loan.
Then the other one is how much?
The Women Enterprise Fund, it was $30 million. $30 million was put in the coffers.
Okay.
For Women Enterprise Fund.
I have be life be the cutoff. Dama am 3 loans you magis on the World Bank website. The first one says Vulnerable Youth and Women Project, sponsored by the African Development Bank to the tune of $20 million. The second one, Education and Skills, $92.7 million, sponsored by the World Bank. It's a World Bank loan. The third one says enhanced credit facility, $100 million on the IMF. Are you aware of these as a member of parliament?
No. National Assembly. Currently, we are not even servicing any law. We have not approved.
I'm not talking about currently. These were given like a couple of years ago.
Yes, I know we have approved loans in the National Assembly. If it is for education, yes, education, we have approved some loans.
I didn't mention education.
No, but you know,
education, Gambia government has received from World Bank over $300 million for education. But I pointed out these three totaling to $222 million from ADB, World Bank, IMF respectively for youth empowerment, education and skills, and for credit enhancement. Are you aware of these three loans?
I cannot tell you this off head. That's why I said.
No, I asked a question. Yes or no? Are you aware of these three loans?
No, you
don't have to know anything. Everything. It's not like you have to know everything. I just asked the question.
You know where you are reading from. I don't have the. I'm not reading.
It's from the World Bank website. I'm not picking figures anyway. We don't operate like that.
No. I cannot remember. I cannot remember at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Honorable, can you continue, please?
Coming to the NPP Success Women Fund. The NPP Success Women Fund. And comme si c'est une cohérence, li nekun na comme légui lañ ko start sa. I mean, being an executive member, I know. Ne comme started nañu waxtaan bi, that was since 2023. Waxtaan bi yàgg na sax. Man bima fa nekké, we've been talking about this thing. And women groups within the NPP, ñom seen boppa, ñoo nekkon ñoo bëggoon dañ soxla xaalis. A lot of them goes to Reliance Financial Service to get money from them. And ñu bari ci ñom seen njiit they end up going to the police for not paying on time. You understand? Because they encourage your interest. You do a specific date, but you have to pay the money back. If you don't pay, Reliance will take you to police. Jigen you bari man suma constituency. I have man dem na police ñata yoon pour gëné jigen fu ñoo xamné comme they have those problems. That's a group bi la lañ register. They go to the Reliance ñu dem jël fofu non ben $200,000 ñu lebalante ko def business ñi omo ñi sabu ñi lele ñi dem ci marché and they don't end up paying. So at the end of the day, ki nga xamné mo jité mbir mi mom mo neex garan mom mo day am problem ñew ko ci police. So these things are not nekkul leen dimbalé. Why this is internal. Party bi mo feel okay because you part of the political ñu ngeen lañ suñ membership card bi am nañ xaliss pour jokko jigéen ni ñu lañ 50 million membership card mu ngee dem. I mean, this is not for anybody ko xamne amul NPP at heart. You don't want to join NPP, it's not a force. But as long as you are within NPP, yang yaga topa, te yang fa yang solo ngeen solo ndimbal bobu as a group, get the membership card and then you get the money. I think no la fa dem. So people are entitled to their opinion as to whether the fund bi ñu jox jigéen is legal or not. That is not for me to say. So if anybody has that in mind, they can take it to court and then the court can prove that. But what I know my party be, as part of our strategy, then put law in place to support women who are part of the National People's Party. They've left their time, they sacrificed their, everything to follow National People's Party since 2021. So we have all right when we have money to support them, and that's what we are doing. So Lola Bugona Garal, come see why people are entitled to their opinion though. But then government is giving money to women groups and then non-political affiliation. As long
I think so. You want a response in parliament.
Can I ask you a question?
Honorable, I have a question for you.
Honorable,
how are you?
Minister of Gender and Social Welfare said last year, you want in parliament to respond to questions. In fact,
well, in relation to the loan questions, Simadon Lajte, as a parliamentarian, are you aware of any loan that is given to Gambia government by the international community for youth empowerment and women?
The 2017 year project, I know about that, about 11 million euro, I think. Yeah, that's what I know. But any other
11 million euros?
I remember that. That was in 2017, I think, 2018.
Thank you. That is the Vulnerable Youth and Women Project of $20 million that I was just talking about. That was given by the APP.
In 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
The YEP project.
That is the 20 equivalent of $20 million. So that funds were received, right? Those funds were received?
Since 2017, 18, yeah, they were received.
Okay, 11 million euros for youth development and women empowerment, right? Is that what you said?
You're asking me?
No, yeah, I'm asking whether is that what you said?
11 million YEP project. I said if it is the YEP project, I know about the 11 million euro in 2017, 2018, thereabout.
What is YEP for people to understand? What is the meaning of YEP?
Youth Empowerment Project.
11 million euros in 2017.
2017, 2018, around that time.
Okay, the funds were received, right?
Okay. Of course, yes, they were received, but I'm not sure where everything was received, but no money was received.
11 million euros in Gambia. Fogolone foko dugal. Ninyo war nañu mëna dox di gis ne fi xaalis bi ni dugal na fi this amount of money.
So you are bringing something that has no connection to what we're discussing.
No, it has connection because we're talking about Gambia.
No, hold on. I said 11 million euro was since 2017, 2018 when the government was a coalition. Okay. So I'm not sure whether I can answer any question about the 11 million euro because I am not the implementing authority. That was for Minister of Interior. I think Minister of Trade were responsible for that at the time. So currently, I'm not sure I'll be able to say anything about.
Okay, and as a parliamentarian, don't you ask questions in Parliament in relation to things like this?
Of course, if I have interest in certain things, I'll ask questions.
You having interest or the people
you should not be picking and choosing an interest. Come on.
No, you don't understand.
Is it you or the people that you're representing? If they want questions, answer.
Now let me ask you. No, parliamentarian, you don't have to know everything. I have interest in certain things as well as a member. Of course, I'll follow them, even for my people. So if I have interest in anything, of course, I'll ask parliamentary questions.
Can you do me a favor?
Like standing order 71 every Wednesday. Question and answers.
Can you do me a favor, Honorable? I'm interested in information in relation to that loan. Is there any way you can find out and then give us the info?
Perfect. I can do that. I can ask parliamentary questions on your behalf, and then if I have answers, I'll update you.
Okay. Can you? It's 3. For me, please. For me, please.
Now.
For me, please.
Now you can.
The other one.
Honorable, can I say something here? I think so. People, the
can I ask a question to the Honorable and yourself?
Okay,
the money that was given to the NPP loyalist women, besides being a loyalist NPP member, what are the other requirements for them to receive that money?
Actually, within the political party, one of the criteria that you should meet is the group. Members of the groups, you should have a membership card, or an individual, you need to have a membership card. That's for the political party. Now, to access the money, the other modalities will be there as well. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to say that right now because those things are not yet out. Once they are done, maybe the public will know. But I know for the fact that you, as a member, you have to have a membership card to have access to that form.
Yeah, but besides having a membership card, definitely you are a member. What other criteria are you using amongst your members themselves? Because I know that President Barrow had almost over 300,000 votes in 2021. Now, if you said out of those people, even if 25% have membership card, that's close to 100,000 people.
Okay.
So let's assume you have. Let's assume. Let me finish. Let's assume you have 100,000 people in NPP who have membership cards? What is the criteria to give those people or for them to access this money? Like if my mom is an NPP member and she has a NPP card and she wants to access the funds, what is the criteria that you guys will use?
Now, there must be application number one. You have to put in an application as a group, here through the head. And of course, also we are looking at regional basis because, for example, if the phone is landed in Serekunda, people in KMC and West Coast are more close to the bureau. And they can, put in the application quickly than someone coming from CRR or URR. So there must be that criteria to understand that the phone, even if the phone is not 50 million cash in the bank, but let's say it's 10 million or less, now every region, at least $1 million will be there for that particular. So anybody applying from West Coast, within the 1 million, that is where they will have this money. You understand? For example, if 5 group applied from West Coast, 5 applied from KMC and URR, this is one of the criteria that they will put in place as well to ensure that there is fair play, that one region don't get more than the other regions. So at least groups from every region will have something from the money. But
it's not free of charge. The money you pay it back.
No, you pay the money back. You pay it without interest, but you pay the money back.
Okay, so this is a loan kind of
revolving loan.
A loan scheme.
Exactly. It's just revolving loan.
Let me just learn. I just want us to learn to understand this.
It's a revolving fund.
It's a loan scheme. Okay, let me come. It's a loan scheme that is initiated by your party from money that is donated by your party members for your party members.
Exactly.
So now you have a regional distribution method. But if, like I said again, my mom is an NPP member who lives in, let's say, Kedugu and wants to access these loans, do you know, Honorable, what she has to do?
Like I said, if you're from KMC, we have our political bureau. Say you're coming from a community. We have our ward chairpersons, we have our village, groups, we have our constituency committees, we have our regional executives. So the process starts from there. You don't just go up there and get it and come back. There is a process to this.
That's the process I want to know. Can you tell me the process?
Now, if you want to put in an application, let's say you're from a community, let's say Kerdugu, you said, we have a chairperson, and the chairperson is also working.
You have to put in an application, right?
You have to put an application, of course.
Okay. So we start with the first step. The first step, you apply.
I don't want to go into all that because I am not the one responsible for disbursing this fund. There is an administrative secretary responsible. I know the processes are there because I'm an executive member.
So let me ask you another question.
Sometimes you can be
not about the process, but let me ask you a different question. Now, for all these members, NPP members, is there any way that there is a public announcement, to make sure that there is transparency and justice among the members of your party, a faction of the country, to make sure there is a transparency among these people so they all have aware, informed about when the loans are disbursed, where they are disbursed, how they are disbursed, and the criteria they are disbursed for? Or is it just who knows, who you know?
No, there will be communication because we have our national executive groups. We have our regional executive. And in fact, there is a committee responsible for this fund as well. So there will be enough communication to tell people exactly how it is done, who received the funds. You understand how many applications we have and all that. But these are all internal, of course, within the political party.
Now, within the political party, because within the political
card before the
members, is there any way that there is a public announcement, to make sure that there is transparency and justice among the members of your party, a faction of the country, to make sure there is a transparency among these people so they all have aware, informed about when the loans are disbursed, where they are disbursed, how they are disbursed, and the criteria they are disbursed for? Or is it just who knows, who you know?
No, there will be communication because we have our national executive groups. We have our regional executive. And in fact, there is a committee responsible for this fund as well. So there will be enough communication to tell people exactly how it is done, who received the funds. You understand how many applications we have and all that. But these are all internal, of course, within the political party.
Now, within the political party, because within the political party,
yes,
if somebody who was not an NPP member gets their NPP membership before these funds are disbursed, what are the chances that they will get the funds?
You get the membership card before the funds are announced.
Somebody who was prior or not, maybe a UDP member, who heard about this and then is interested, obviously, joins the party, gets the ID.
Does not qualify that you get it instantly.
You know each other as well. You know one thing. People need to understand that NPP, we know each other. I mean, we know our members. We know them very well. We know who is NPP and who is not. Sometimes all of us come from communities, and we have structures everywhere. So our structures will know.
So it's a matter of who you know. Okay. So it's a matter of who you know.
No, but I said it's within the political party. If you're applying from URR, you cannot just come to Banjul and say, I'm applying for the loan and get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a structure in URR.
Let me ask the last question. Let me ask the last question. Mariama will come in. And then, so my last question is, is there any... Then you want to expose, just to understand, is there a criteria for donating to this fund? Like the MPP members who are putting their money there, because it's a loan scheme. Is there a criteria for those people who are donating? The donors, are they supposed to have what is the criteria?
No, I'm not too sure, but I know for a fact that
you don't know.
Party,
okay.
No, I'm coming. For the party, I am a member of the political party. I'm paying, let's say, $10,000 every month in our party account. And every other member does. The ministers pay. Other people who donate the political party also pay in the account. So they donated the money to the party. And the party decided that we are going to use this money, part of the money, to launch a Success Women Plus Fund. So I'm not so aware that people donating will...
What happens to these funds if NPP loses elections and there is... What is the... No, there has to be. Because if you're planning something like a scheme, you have to say what would happen to the funds if the party dissolves.
No, but you have to understand. Yes, if you take money and you've taken loan, remember this loan is also going to take... It's a bank transaction.
But there has to be an internal constitution that is guiding this loan scheme. It's not something you're just going to do like that. You have to have
you cannot dictate our money how we spend it.
That's why I said there is an administrative secretary responsible. And I think the committee is working on all that. So, I mean, that is where I can stop with the phone. But I know we have...
Okay, thank you for answering my questions. Caesar wouldn't have had the patience to answer. Mariam wants to come in.
I want to give a practical picture of what happens with things like this from experience, okay? Say me and you and Tidos and Bint Imran are all members of NPP, or let's say ABC party, for example. And then because Honorable wants to run for presidency, he was able to secure some funds from an anonymous donor or whoever it is that has an interest lying down somewhere, then puts in this kind of money in the ABC party. So legi man
there is no anonymous donor. These are members of the political party.
We don't know who. So I can only say it's anonymous because
how can you know and you are not part of
anonymous?
I've been here almost 30 minutes, man.
So li day xew moy man Mariama su fekkee ne man maa ngi ci parti bi man ma nekk yaay compagnie let's say Jola Kunda man I have women ñoo xam ne maa leen boot si suma osusu or something of that nature dañ dee defar saabu dañ dee defar cuub dañ dee jaay we are into like small scale businesses and stuff like that. So léegi man ma ñëw si ABC party bi ñu ne ma léegi fu mu nekk nii comme que yow member nga te yaa ngi boot ay jigéen ñi nga xam ne bugga nga gaay liggéey léegi dinañ leen jox let's say 20,000 at a period of let's say 6 months after ngeen use ko def business. Then in after 6 months, ngeen fay let's say 23,000. something of that nature. This has been happening. It's not new, to be honest. So man dama dem ma def lolu legi man suma ñëwé ci suma compine bi jola kunda mané len legi fim nekk ni ñaari mbir moy xew xaalis ñëw na ñi ñooñu ko wara jox ñu lebal ñu pour ñu business waaye dañ ne kuñ ko jox da nga wara bokk ci ABC party bi. Then the rest of the story, you know how it will go. Two things. The ones that want the business, guy buga say them could run to say, okay, man tam buga na binda ma jox ma membership card bi ma jël ko because hali sangfa ma mun say liggéey pour faj suma soxla. And if they happen, Jammeh did it, others also did it, and it keeps running around. Understand nga? So ñun what our problem is as far as this issue is concerned, fang na wan nañ leen ko. Moy the fact ne now we know you have to be NPP.
Mariama, do you question man smart scholarship suma koy joxe or any political party?
You deglu ma Cissé man waxuma la wax political party. Man what I'm saying is the fact that we know these women are vulnerable and we want to force the political lens they have to be NPP before they can get the benefit is where I'm speaking from, which we feel it's unfair. Because you understand there's a rational
so Mike, you can come. Mariam, I'm not going to yo tay sa kirte sa organization.
He said, what happens to the money if they leave the party? Can you answer that? What happens to the money when they leave the party?
Repeat yourself again.
When if they leave your party, and then what happens to the money after taking the loan?
They must pay it back. So guy if some business come that time him. I expect to put a fake. That's all.
Mike, okay, Mike, buy my money.
So what do you think they're not there for the jail house? Who does that?
So Mariama, just quick one. I think my government, Adama Barrow is the president. Yes, I understand that very well. And from your opinion, it's fine. You can see it that way. Okay, President Miguel launched 50 million for, women enterprise fund for his political party. You can say that. But I said, government B, under Adama Barrow, is already giving out money to women in two separate, sites. Let's say the Minister of Gender is doing it and Social Development Fund is doing it. And all these monies are coming from government. Even though SDF is kind of a bank, has been paid 10% interest. Unlike the women enterprise. So that is what government is doing. So I don't know as president and also as secretary and party leader of NPP, you also have the right to come and launch a women enterprise fund for his political party, exclusively for women within the political party.
Honorable, Bala Marekma interject for one question. Bi Baro deme Banjul. And the women of Banjul asked him for $30 million to set up their own businesses and stuff like that. Luta Harifa would lend to this organization or this government branch that is giving out these loans rather than just turn them down. That's what I wanted to know.
So, but are they members of a political party? Because
I'm not talking about NPP. I'm talking about Gambian citizens, Gambian women, Banjulians. That will make a difference. Nyom Laiwa. When he went to Banjul, they asked him for $30 million for loan investment. Luta projecting our Baro at that time. Rifa will lend to the ministry to go and get that loan, but rather just turn them off like that.
Honorable, let me answer this question. Honorable, have answered this question. Honorable, the president made it very clear. The president made it very clear.
Good evening. Good morning. Good morning.
Honorable Cham, can you help us?
Answer my question and you can come in. Please.
There is a conflict that I want to.
Okay, answer my question, and then you can come in. The family please, thank you.
Because this women enterprise, there is already an.
I'm not sure I can comment on behalf of the president. I'm not sure I can say.
No, president responded. In fact, honorable. President responded. Do you know what he even said? Right now, come direct, come from that endowment fund. Meaning through the Minister of Gender,
That I know.
That I know, and then which I know that National Assembly passed then. In fact, it is an act. It is a law. 2020 Women Enterprise Fund. Honorable Minister last year said no answer question to a parliament. Nakalam neka dispene khalis ba. Nyanyo faith ak nyanyo neko di faith. Honorable Chant mo ba ma fen, Honorable Sise tan mo ba ma fen. Nyom parliamentarian. Wassalam.
Lache umalode, dama lache. Lan mo nekon luta Adama Barrow johulen that explicit response nelen. The funds are available, but you have to go through the ministry. There's this, explain the projects that are in there instead of just turning them down, and it's not easy like that.
So maybe you are not aware. Maybe mom want to women. Perhaps the Minister of Gender, Muna Piglolu, a guy because they are women of women. I'm not saying how man because Tigluma Watanbi, I'm not sure.
Honorable, I think we send you the audio.
Explicit explanation or direction as to where those women can go and get those funds. Low laiwa.
Did I have a screen record? We will post for tomorrow morning.
Women in Banjul know very well that there is a women enterprise fund.
No, it's not everybody that knows. Don't just assume that everybody knows.
No, let me come. I'll give you information about this. I know more.
Well, why don't assume that everybody knows? The information is not out there for everybody to know. We need publicize 50 million with the NPP. So you can publicize on those projects, everybody would have known. The country didn't talk for no have a president we know you to call like 30 million. They would have known that this is already available, and then they go to the ministry and get it.
Okay, you are right. Let me say this. The Women Enterprise Fund is an act of parliament. Majority of them, I remember his parliamentary question about the Women Enterprise Fund come from Banjul. The group am fund from they have access to the Minister of Gender. Most of them. So that's
the revolving fund. That's the revolving fund. Not the Women Enterprise.
Musa, hold on. You will come. Mota mane. Ñinga xamne ñoo la president bi xaliss bi. Okay? These are not women you have they just come from nowhere. They know and they are very close. So they are asking for the president to give them, but they know very well.
For the people of Banjul alone.
Women Enterprise Fund Mufa. They know it very well. These are not just women from anywhere. They are women, they are njitling Banjul. They know very well. So Motaman, anyway, Adam Barrow did not respond the way you wanted him to respond. I cannot say anything about that. Why? Fognane, the women also know the Halis Amnafa, Loham, the Women Enterprise Fund. Maybe they have taken them and some of them did not pay. And they don't want to go back there. Now they want the president to give them money like that. Because Mansuma constituency, more than 5 groups did not pay the money back. And they have taken it from West Coast. They did not pay. And up till now, they did not pay. Musa,
Honorable, 1 minute, he would say that this is like, what I don't understand is the inconsistency.
1 month before a while.
1 minute,
I'm question,
Harry, how do you clarify the boss? Inconsistency about what?
No, dama buga my mic sala bende after manyawa. Manyawa de nala wala.
May do the new clarify.
Wow, Honorable Cham, okay, you clarify, then we'll come because you're yagan but we'll let
zero. Let me zero.
What you want to.
And
then maybe how much beat him? You are my Fiji to the small mistake. Why man yagan? If you want a mala Fiji.
No, my you are
by Honorable then I'll come.
The existing loan scheme, that's the Women Loan Scheme under the Ministry of Gender, Women and Social Welfare. But we are talking of the Women Enterprise Fund, which is an act of parliament, and already there is an allocation in the budget, and it is an equal amount. The president will declare at the NPP Bureau. So is it the Women Enterprise Fund that is in the budget?
No.
I'm even thinking of posing that parliamentary question to the minister.
You can. You have already
I will do that in the upcoming session because we need clarity here. Because 50 million lewa, 50 million is allocated in the budget.
Musa,
and they are using the same nomenclature. The same nomenclature. You cannot have a women enterprise fund.
No, Musa, you and I know very well now. The women enterprise fund.
I don't know.
Where you where you access the money. Finger jute halis bi. Ak NPP, send pronouncement bi. Finger jigeni wala jute. These are two different things. You know that very well. The women enterprise fund fan jigeni they apply.
Lolo how much?
Uncle Musa, you are National Assembly Member. You know how the money is disbursed in government.
Honorable Chair.
No, I'm just asking you. Is the permanent secretary going to sit at the NPP headquarters?
No,
disperse the Minister of Finance to disburse the money?
Someone responsible.
I don't know. Why I'm a women enterprise fund? Bungahane is an act of parliament. Instead of telling them what obtained, what's the reality, maybe they can say it's the president giving out loans to women, and already this is an act of parliament. And money is allocated. So we
Honorable Cham, before nga ñew dafa am ben question bu ma laajte won about this ADB loan. It's a vulnerable youth and women project of $20 million that was given to Gambia government. Like Honorable Ablai Mune, he is not aware of that one, but he is aware of youth empowerment loan of 11 million euros that was given to the government in 2017. Are you aware of that?
Unless I go through the records.
Yep, project project.
Now, I want to say something here about this.
Balama mujekali suma question, please. Honorable Sangani.
Unless you them to the records, you said your linga was nunu that money.
But this year project that you're saying, you're aware of it, right?
The YEP project, there is a project called YEP project, yeah.
To the Minister of Youth and Sport.
Okay. Do you know what the amount is?
I cannot tell of head.
Okay.
Unless I. But
Honorable, your constituents are more informed than you.
Honorable Tise,
maybe I don't want to give you wrong.
Honorable Tise.
I know it's Limawa Moy. Apply.
Go ahead, Musa Deglul. Acha, go ahead.
I'm a neighbor of you.
Okay, are you aware of the RISE project?
Of course. The RISE project? The RISE project, or the Minister of Education. No, they have no kind of higher education.
No, I'm asking Honorable Cisse, since Momoneka National Assembly. Honorable Cisse, are you aware of the RISE project? Which is, yes, it is the Resilience, Inclusion, Skills and Equity Project, Gambia. Are you aware of that?
I know there is a project on that, on the Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes.
So I am not a member of the Agriculture Committee. Honestly, I have to be frank.
This honorable.
No, not agriculture.
Huh?
Not agriculture. You all that is where you have a sub project called the NAFA cash transfer.
No,
and then in this project,
under NAFA living under national social protection.
You see. No.
Can you allow her land complete her question, please?
No, the follow the question.
Complete because you don't understand what she's saying because you're not caught up.
Okay.
So if you have the RISE project.
Exactly.
No, balal mama ñew rek. You have the RISE project. RISE project be comme ni mako waxe moy resilience be inclusion, skills and equity. So there also you have the NAFA cash transfer. And then if you know the RISE project, you will know that it amounts to $150 million from the World Bank. Legacy $150 million bobu nonu, already over $50 million duga sena bir Gambia fini. And then part of the NAFA cash transfer should go to vulnerable women and the youth.
So, Legi,
Yes.
Halis Bobu no Nakala, since you people cannot tell us the origins of your $50 million, then you will leave us with no option but to think of all these projects. Halis wala lanen.
Okay, now can I say?
Yeah, understand. So, Legi, if you people can clarify, if you can clarify as NPP party, fan la halis bi joge, gen nañu ne okay, nafa cash transfer bi mu ngi fofu du bobu nonu fi la joge wala fenen. But if we have all these projects in the Gambia and we are just hearing the government saying that they have $50 million $50 million for the women, then what option do you leave us with?
Now, quickly, xam na nafa cash transfer project bi under social protection agency bi ñoko nek di ron sa.
Honorable, do you know about the rice
National
project?
Nutrition Agency? No, I'm coming. Huh?
Do you know about the rice project? That's the first question.
I started answering that money.
No.
Yes, I know about the rice project on the Ministry of Agriculture, but money.
No, I don't think she's asking about mal or rice. It's an affirmation.
The rice project has nothing to do with agriculture.
RISE, wow.
It has nothing. Rice, R for resilience, I for inclusion, S for skills, and E for equity.
Now I get you. Now
the
I
rice
get you.
project.
Okay,
Exactly, yes.
RISE project. Okay. So number one way, Nafa Cash Transfer project under social protection is run by National Nutrition Agency on the second cash transfer initiative. I know about it because National Nutrition Agency will come to Parliament and report to the Select Committee on Health about all that. I've seen that several times. So, pour man lima wax moy pour ma wara xelat ne ko maybe that project, for example, comme mu ngey dem xaliss bobu la NPP they use because it's meant for women, lolu la ñu use pour ñu bloquer ko pour ñu dimbale jigéen ni. I'm not sure that is the case here. And since I waxon nako mu ne we are not telling anybody that we have 50 million cash in the bank for women. No, we did not say that. We said we'll launch $50 million initiative for women enterprise fund, for women success women enterprise fund. Now, how much do we have in the bank? That's the party. We have about 10 million to give out. Start with that, and then you move on. Of course, I know we have money more than 10 million in our account, but what we currently have in place to give out, 10 million to disburse. Then we set progress. And then we move on.
Hold on. So, what are you trying to tell Gambians? What are you trying to tell Gambians? That the 50 million is not 50 million, is 10 million?
Oh my goodness.
You see?
I'm asking you a question. Money. Is it 50 million or is it 10 million?
I said, we have money in our account. We launch 50 million initiative for women enterprise fund. Okay? Even if you have 50 million, you don't give out the entire 50 million. Boom. You don't do that.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Good. Now, how much do you want to give out? You want to give out 10 million and see what is going to be the progress. That is party's decision. We can do that, and that's what we're going to do. But I'm not saying we don't have 50 million. We have 50 million, of course. You know,
it's a scam. It's a scam.
But the money is not, the entire money is not meant for that.
Are we being scammed?
The communication should have been clearer than what the president said. Because Ninko Waheni, that's the way it was.
National Protection Agency.
That's the way it was supposed to be communicated. That is the way it was supposed to be communicated to Gambians. Nellen, hey, we have a project of 50 million. The money is not like we're going to give out 50 million, but we're going to disburse it. There's nothing worth listening to.
Because
because you know you don't want anybody to convince you about what we are saying.
It's not about convincing. We're here asking questions and just need answers. And nobody can
Honorable NPP.
I don't genuine question.
It is a genuine question. Initially, we had that there was 50 million, and now you're telling us that there is no 50 million but 10 million. So it is a genuine question. Which one?
I did not say that.
Honorable Cisse,
I did not say that. I said
okay.
we launch 50 million initiative, 50 million. And I said, yes, I'm not saying we don't have the entire money, and we have money. How much are we going to dispose at a start? That is the party's decision.
President,
we are giving this amount of money at a start. That's what I said.
The day of the launching, President, what no?
I wish it was this explicit because
Honorable.
How explicit do you want it to be? How explicit what the president said? Huh?
Honorable, the president made it very clear. I need them go away. It's an initiative. Of course, English, read, speech, and people in talk.
Your brother, the famuna pronounce initiative.
Mwokosi Olof ne 50 million initiative mom dañuy launch tay but tay am nañ mota mané ci Olof 10 million nak ngeen ko lé waye but li dañuy starté wat nako mota ñu nit soy déglu wax dang ko déglu ba ni ko def pum param nga dem ci information
man déglu wuma ko de man I don't listen to Barrow. I don't. Man, the honorable Wahni, Lola understand and I comprehend that and I agree with him on that. That is the strategy that you're using. Period.
Okay, now
honorable
the RISE project.
Fake honorable.
Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, bokk nañ ci ak higher education. Déglu ma ma ñëw. National Nutrition Agency tam bokk nañ ci. Dafa diverse. So you benefit in this. RISE project different textbooks for the entire country, both lower basic, upper basic, senior secondary school. Living in higher education, them get sponsor some of their program through the RISE project. And now through the office of the vice president, nafa kas bobu amusa politique, bobu no ñu ngi def sen liggéey where so living sen nafa bi mu ngi dem. That one is different. Do they work in political part? This one they take data from the Gambia Bureau of Statistics and give them what they're supposed to give them. They know you go on a daily, you get sign, you get just analysis. Yeah, you understand. And then RISE project, if you go back to the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, you get published. Everything. Higher education, the same thing, you get benefit. And in fact, another component of that project on the youth, through the Ministry of Youth and Sport, dafa am tam benn portion boo xam ne bu moo sponsor that is the Songhai initiative the naka dañ koy wax sax some of the needy program tamit and yep needy seen programme yu ñuy jox for young people their development moo tax Minister of Youth and Sport currently sax mu ngi dem to
ma dimbale la can you please explain no dama bëgg nga explain in detail what these projects are all about and what they do so that the ordinary Gambian that is listening to you will understand this is going on.
Okay. National Nutrition Agency deals with what? The vulnerable families. That is targeted. And now we have an agency passed by Parliament. In fact, that agency passed under the office of the Vice President. We oversee that department. Sekou Jeng Monica, the new Executive Director. Now, they will get this data through the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, explicit non-lagay target. They go and give those people their NAFA cash to send account when. But let's come back to the education. Education sector is basic and high education. You to benefit them.
No one has too much noise.
And young people through the noise, man over noise, over music, man can
we're here.
No, they did. So earpiece will so fake mom guy you see.
No, nekut man solo my earpiece.
Stop now. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
So Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, so the matter is in Facebook website. Do the RISE project initiative Bugade Jail. Monica, so this on textbooks, you guys print on none. We guys come outside the country at GPP printing, you guys department, both lower basic, upper basic, senior secondary school, senior secondary education. Bugade definition textbooks towards the development of the ministry's agendas and programs of those school children. Ngadematam higher education. Through the RISE project, innovate and the launch as Sadar Keramajawaras Conference Center that is taking of this youth development of this so this on money we got disbursed on last year February, the 390 million for all the TVS centers in the country, whereby it can push both private and government, and they were disbursing those people so that they can develop their TVS center, because now it's more demanded and equipment for those people, and they are training more teachers for teach those people again. It's part of the RISE project. So these are all initiated now. Minister of Youth and Sport, through the President Award Scheme, RISE project Musitef, Monica, young people going to according to database and applications, and then you turn the best you guys live in what they need, and they get it. Now, they have 1 month intensive training, discipline like you know, no? And now you take to your choice what you want to do, that you're comfortable of, which skill set you want to do. At the end of the day, you don't pay, and government and apply job. $700 is for your stipend. Pour mga fay pass, pour your def, your ban training nga def for 2 years. NYSS mo def, and then the president was and the Songhai initiative. In fact, just last week, the Minister of Youth and Sport, them on Chairman, and when you graduate on, you job guy kuneka 35,000, you some of the best students, and you start up their business. Currently, project you guys do for youth development, in back way return is land. You give I'm not getting your testimony, man go post my parafini, dinako post testimony because of a beneficiary, is a beneficiary in this program. Is on the RISE project, on the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So we get them across the country to go and check. I'm not getting it. He's a college graduate. Then we start now animal husbandry. We get them check them. Nakadam nekadi achieve project with them. I understand. So these are all distinguished motor. I want people to you follow all the ministries website. They are all fully functional. You can get this information. Because
so we're getting that noise from you.
This is some noise boogie bare.
Did man man ko ma kende bala lema bu dem yob kër yama yoni won
ma ken waxu ne da nga dika ken ñu ne yaangi olbate ko sa kaw lal bi because yaangi teda, so whatever you using is disturbing us.
Understand what la man mangi talk.
Okay, why the noise is coming from you? Everybody's muted.
So si se muna la laaj RISE project bi ban year to launch si Gambia bi fini. Since your linga neka di wax ni, it seems as if it has been here for a couple of years.
Memo tuti.
Duli la wasi yara de ko mbi tok fi nan ñu bu len ma yobu kër yaama yow koy waxal yow yar mom dara nga si amul da nga yara de ko ba yalla defal la jaama. That Ministry of Education from for the past 5 years for lower basic and higher education, they have received over $300 million in loans from the World Bank. Nga tok fi di ñu kontel bena nit bo tasé la kuy wara def testimony. $300 million on the Ministry of Education. Rec. Any improvement in education in Gambia, especially in the public sector? Nothing. Absolutely.
Last year.
Mane RISE project we can launch season.
Last year, 24th of March.
Mike,
RISE project has been around since.
Can you come in because he's just going in and out? We don't have time for this. Mike, please come.
The RISE project has been around since 2023 and it's supposed to end around 2027.
No, the disbursement sunko approve it. That does not mean the phone be the final phone be end of year. Motor so this Minister of Finance. So you have report in Parliament. So you take account. The file bente phone X wangle. The guy is close of a council on the end of November because don't partners it they conclude they can say, okay, we are going to give Gambia Nangam Halis. But that does not mean Halis the final. But then you any reason because they go and conclude around November.
We all know that. We all know that.
Honorable Sister, so this is my last the year.
Because no Gambia,
so this is my last the year. Young people about basic and secondary education. Same textbook you don't print. No dates back. I don't know to see early 2020. See. So you to figure the leave you come as a 2021, 2023. Then nakala lolo no mona about the rice project. This is where my question is directed.
Mike Thala, can you come in? He has too much noise, and he's not accepting it. You know, Mike, please come in.
On record, 2024, Lakogai launched at the South of the Keraba Jawara. Pulka Menar, Afonso Dugan, now look.
You have so much noise, Cisse, so much noise. Mike Thala, can you please come in?
Yeah, wow. I'm not it's hard for me to even develop because Digluna Watan, we've been cycling around one thing. Sometimes again and
please.
So yeah, the issue is we have a bad system because what be them is either a deal definitely, well definitely, Lutamo definitely, but we don't have anything to point to. Right? That means the system totally failed us because Lude have more than I can. Man, you have to also be fair to NPP. That's a political party. That's not a public linga they owe us any of those explanations unless we have campaign finance laws. They should be able to spend the money this way. You have to be fair to them on that. They don't owe us anything. If they send scheme be how it works, they can do that. Why? The only problem why we have that, where is this 50 million coming from? That's a valid question too. Why in a system bunga hamneni
definitely big screen mawala ko phone si mangina bugadi mo sada ra kera wa jawara. Definitely
bana mail mic
evidence and proof.
Yeah.
Mail mic please.
In a system bunga hamneni it works. Luñ wara laccé moy ni xaliss bi fi la gëna dugana fi lanay outcome bi. We are always saying it's always ne fan la xaliss bi joggé. Yow muy wa fan la xaliss bi joggé xamo fu xaliss bi joggé. Ñom ñu amé xaliss bi mënuñ la wa fan la xaliss bi joggé either. That's a fail in the system. So lu xew moy ne what we should be doing is how do we fix that system? It's not that the question you are asking is not valid. It's a very valid question. But tamit ne, ak ling si muna tek rek xamo xaliss bu fum joge yow it muy laajte question bobu. Bo amé system bu nga xamné mu ngey dox di nga xam answer bobu nonu bala nga ko laajte. This is our problem. Because buñ nekké di laajte li ni luy xew moy ne we want Barrow out of there, but we are spending so much time the lecture question be without the strategy to get him out of there. That's a big problem. Because Lulu is not the advantage to the opposition. It's a valid question. While it's a valid question, none of us know the way. In a unified ledger system, lépp lu dugg ci nguur gi di nga xam naka la duggee ak fan la dem. Waaw fu mu dem noonu buñ ko defut nuñ ko war a defee si boobaa di nga mun ne xaalis bi dee duggoon na fii génn dem fii waaye liñ ko def ñun gisuñ loolu si boobaa it will be a very valid question ne yaa ngi doon wax ne some loans or what we've been taking but bum jógee foofu fan la dem bum jógee foofu noonu fan la dem. You see, we can never come today. We spend most of our energy trying to figure this out while the incumbent is doing Linga Hamneni is to their advantage. I think we should come with a better strategy than that. Man, I believe we need to change our campaign finance laws. Nikon, the question will be a lot more valid than of course, they are a party. They can have schemes like that. Man, I believe they can have schemes like that. Unless law be munyo mune, they can. We don't have laws like that. So this is a big problem for us. I think Lee is just an advantage to them. It's not an advantage to the opposition because Bokobaye Helman talk now for 30 minutes. We're going all around. We still can't get an answer and they are not willing to give one. Why yo answer Bobunga Bugaya with the right information. We know that they want to spend $50 million, not dollars, right? But you get speculate. Anything we are saying, feel a joge, that means there's a failure in the system. Because if there's not a failure in the system, we should be able to answer this question ourselves before we even come and try to ask the question. So what are we going to do to fix that problem? You know, if UDP want to come up with a scheme, of course they can come up with a scheme. If they say only party members, of course that's within their right to say only party members are going to benefit. Because it's not public funds they are using. Buneke and public funds lagay dineka they use. We are speculating. We don't know. But to say that it's not a valid question, absolutely is a valid question too. Because it could be voter inducement. But how do you get to whether it's voter inducement or not? We don't have all the details that we need. And because there's no laws that says they should. You know? This is just a problem. I think we need to come up with a better strategy than this.
Mike, can I say something? This is a RISE project, NECO 2023. It was 2024. In fact, sir. Okay, go on.
I just wanted to clarify, Mike, just got this issue of national political party funding. We once had this activity with the inter-party committee because it was part of the recommendations that were forwarded to have political parties declare their sources of funding. And it will interest you to know that I think most of the parties that were represented at that time rejected the proposal. They said they wouldn't want to disclose who or where their parties get their funds from.
Civil society, don't they disclose it?
So, I was not speaking in my capacity as civil society, sir. So, for a very long time, a lot of recommendations would come up with issues of political parties disclosing where they get funds from, or sometimes they get people to lobby certain opportunities for them and stuff like that. But then it was rejected by even party members. This includes both government and some opposition parties that were present at that activity. So like earlier, we had this discussion about reforms and what could change to ensure that you push the issue of accountability. And I think it will take every sector of both stakeholders, both opposition, what's the name again? The government, for us to have that. Because right now, one reason why we cannot be on NPP's neck 100% is because they have the right to say, we don't want to disclose who gave us this money. And because we cannot back on any legal terms to force them to disclose, because they are like, 50. Why? So don't, let's say, Benin party more may on 300 somewhere. We don't question where that is coming from. I think I get to understand exactly what you're saying, but I think the reason why BMU attract this kind of attention is the fact that NPP, beyond the fact that it's a political party, it is where the president is. So Mota Niti Ankojele in that conflicting lens, he is the president and should be for everyone.
Regardless, Mariama, he's the president, he's be for everybody. There also is a separate entity, which is the political party. Yow fini even fisa America, bumanekani, Republican, so you so neku Republican doing la job palace. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just how it works here. So I'm not saying that's the best system. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to tell you this is how it works almost everywhere. Why when it comes to linga hamneni nyun nyepako boka. we have a better leverage. We have Lini. So we have to look at the reality.
Minister of Gender and Social Welfare.
Strategy should be focused on more how do we fix it. And we should press a point be always fulfill our neck. I think we should focus on always we should be vocal on we need to fix this. Because we have moine sun kofi hulowe tay elek ben ngur gi chenyat. We've never focused on the problem be right problem be but you fix ko. The same thing might happen at because Kenan Tamil munna toga mu use it to their advantage. The fact that ngane yenen political parties you nga xamne ni nekun ci nguur bi sa agree wuñ ko, that tells you that's exactly what's going to happen. Ñun citizens ñoo wara trust this because once we get a system that works lini yeb du amati because luy xew moy ne da nga gis ne yow di nga am sa parliamentarian mu dem talk xamna ne ken du ko fa mëna génné ñun citizen yi bu ñu neexut mënon nañ ko petition mu génna man dama xamunda am nañ lolu amuñ.
Of course we have it.
You know, so these are the things we need to educate the people on this. Ki nga xamne ni tek nañ ko fa mënu ñoo defal luñ buga dañ ko wara mëna génné. You know, why power dafa just center on one side of the spectrum? This is very bad.
No.
Okay, we want somebody kuñ buga mu ñew mu talk, right? We want somebody, but we need to be able to raise these issues. And then we need this issues to be bugun ko fix. They're not going to fix it, but we keep pressing on these issues. But the next government is going to be the same thing because Lee has been there forever.
Mariam, I'm not getting a big screen. Mariam, I'm not getting a big screen. Mr. Mike, Hunger Rice Project Mugini evidence Munglasho, even World Bank Boga contract is 2024, not 2023 March. And then inauguration be one outside the Keraba Conference Center. And the initiative pulled in Faxa, new def TVET. You need a TVET. You said, Lolo, first one printing be. Bob non government committed a fund to print it. Rice project with a new way. So let me what to the budget. Let's go. Hang up budget. So I said the actual go back to the budget of the Gambia. So said the government have a commit on pull print out test books. And now Rice project with a new temple enhance no. Motor so is the new Ministry of Business and Economic Habibatu Drame. And the units you not distribute. Feka Gambia printing Parawoon one. Same printing. I'm not a you got contract on outside Temple Munyo. Buga the Monjesi to be distribute across the country.
How much did they spend on that? The printing?
I don't know to be specific here. I cannot have it off head here.
So if I get you right, the government started printing. Through the Rice project, it enhanced everything.
No. Government contacted itself. It's a budget on the Ministry of Basic. This our government. So we get expenditure on the following year. The court look at the budget will pass go by Parliament. You understand? So now Rice project is need them because government and they have initiative because government started there. They have don't fund it. Then you pull up men already deaf. Motor so is a project no come down the Africa already government start na dara. It's just like the TVET centers. You understand? TVET you am 400 comes and stipend be 400 bobu nono fofu la kay di fair school fees accent pass accent yep you guys wara
so this is laluma TVET laluma Mohas. I know the guy is doing a good job lolu motax laluma lo deme
Habibatu Drame
so man small concern was just the Nafa cash transfer
Mariama domo bay ma
who are the people benefiting from that cash transfer and then where are
Lee Nafa be explicit Gambia Bureau of Statistics Mariama mi sante yalla sa num bon buguma ko pipisi way liggéey na ci xamna la that one is not politics. Gambia Bureau of Statistics ñoy joxe that information, that data, and ñu def contract and do the payment.
What type of data?
They collected the data. No more Gambia Bureau of Statistics.
I mean, what type of data are you requesting in relation to this project?
Mariama, please waxal ma ci affaire national living yo mo fa liggéeyon ben time. Suma ko xamna dañu man political lens la way.
So
Okay,
they
so
go.
come Gambia, then they do social registry. So with the social registry, they go to all the households, ñu assess state, ñaata nit ñoo nekk si kër bu nekk, ak tamit ñaata nit ñoo nekk school, ñaata nit ñoo nekkut school, and send feeding pattern bi nim demel ndax they are able to provide 3 square meals. So under the 3 square meals, then they said, and they were rare, obviously, and also kana nekk di liggéey, what is the house main source of employment funding ndax kër gi am na anyone ko xam ne mu ngi liggéey. Yow xaaral ñu ngi lijjante réew mi. Xaaral yow. Waaw xaaral li problème Gambia la balal leen ñu rek. So liñ nekk di discuss mooy, so when that happened, when the social registry happened, they would, based on responses from the households, then the World Bank, GBOS, they shift the system based on the vulnerable group. So from the vulnerable group, anyone ko hamne is within the poverty radar by the World Bank definition of not being able to provide at least $1, how much spend $1 per day, ham nga lool mo nekk the extreme. So from that, sila ga jëloon households. So initially, the first start on with 21,000 households. That was the first 31,000 households initially. Then sila ko guy upscale to 36,000 households. Why the criteria for this is poorest of the poor in 21 poorest districts of the Gambia. And from that also, they don't hold women-led households, come single mothers, widows, and stuff like that. And then from the widow, come si communities, ñu jël ñoo xam ne tamit, let's say they are under the red zone. So biñ classify poverty bi, dañ am ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si green zone bi, nga am ñoo xam ne ñu ngi borderline vulnerable, very poor, then ñu gis ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si red zone bi. So anyone that falls under the red zone, it's considered to be part of the project. So what they do is then it goes with SBCCs like social and behavior change communication, teaching them on some of the thematic areas, family planning, other stuff, and then mude this bi-monthly cash transfer being there, which is like $3,000 per household. Where the project runs in Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, I think, and Sierra Leone, and some other countries in the eastern side. So it was a World Bank funded project together with the government, where for them to appoint guy gisne, come degala, certain communities, duñ dee mëna jël ñëpp. So in order to scale it up, ñu ngi gis ne degala, comme ñu bëri dañ dee foog ne xiif ak sona rural Gambia la nekk, waaye for the most part tamit urban Gambia bi mu ngi am loolu tamit. It's just hidden. So sila guys scale to some part of West Coast and some communities within the KM now. So I think
maa ngi amee video bi sax dinaa ko siyaagaay ñu ngi seetaan ko maa ngi ko amee.
ñu ngi upscale. So moo taxoon man bi ma déggee, I'll bring this again, bu ma déggoon da 50 million dama foogoon ne sax it was about that. Foofu la ko gaay di yokkee. Then sila, I was happy about it initially. Then sila soog a find out ne ndekete dañ ko jël pour seen groupe bi ñoom.
No, bul wa dañ ko jël jóge from government.
Because si government la jóge. Mariam, I mean dama foogoon ne da ngeen doon augment to sort of upscale at your level.
No, government, of course, government have contracted, so they may see budget of the no more sanif of no.
Ba pare ngeen xaar te election jege na ngeen def.
Mariama déglul sax xarama wax lii kenn mu ñëw video bi Mariama video bi sax ma yàlla ba mu suma TikTok already dinaa ko siyaga ñu seetaan ko because that
li ma bëgg a yokk rek mooy the same xaalis boobu noonu la government bi dee dem ñu joxe ko si households yooyu noonu in the name ne government bi moo leen ko nekk di jox xam nga loolu tamit leerut foofu noonu because many of them ñu ngi toog ñu foog ne xaalis bi
déglul
xam nañ liñ laa wax
Bintu déglul if a money even though mu jóge from EU as far as mu ñëw to the consolidated revenue fund is for the Gambian people. It's part of the
dolen ma may ma wax tuuti.
Aisha xaaral ma wax 2 minutes rek gis nga biñ nekkoon si field bi dafa am ñeneen ñi nga xam ne mu leen waxee ne comme let's say government dafa nekk di work on this pour ñu mën a xam seen data. Some people were reluctant to share because dañ lay wax ne ñoom amuñ anything to do with government comme dañ la dee example Ndefaata Masakunda fengolale or something of that name bëgguma dara ak nguur. So boobu tam is a very thin line da nga dee gis ne it's challenging because soo xoolee project bi World Bank mënta ñëw to anyone nela just like that for mu jaar through certain processes.
Is the 3,000 they were disbursing, is it a loan or was it?
No, it's free. It's free. It's to help them.
No. What I wanted to ask more, is it for them to start up something, or is it just sort of a household allowance that was given?
Okay, so it's a household allowance that is given. Why come at Nana, what we used to do is then they train on small scale businesses and backyard gardening. So the idea of the backyard gardening is to grow type of initiative. So liñ they advise moi, même so they danga spend halis bi, mun nga save at least $1,000 bi nga xamne you can get into animal husbandry. Some of them are trained on animal husbandry. Some of them would be trained on soap making, some small soft skills that they can be trained along with to ensure they don't spend the whole money on just food, but they have a way of trying to build up life skills around that. So it goes with trainings on different thematic areas.
$3,000 ko jox Gambia jox ko gannaaw mu dépasser ko ben
meti na dega wax dega ne yalla ñun we always argue ne xaliss bi doyut waye tamit xam nga support mom, there's not much you can do about it. Te xam nga ñu bari tamit daf de nekk lu reuy ci gaay because expect gu ñon ko won. So if you give it to them, ñom dañ dey feel like it's too much and stuff like that. We've had testimonies like that. Dega 3,000 mom kay.
Okay, ñu may Aisha.
Within your political campaign are volunteers. To give them money as volunteers, but just randomly taking huge sums of money and say people who are supporting you, who are your political supporters, they are citizens. It's like you are buying their votes. That is illegal in a democracy. And Gambia activists have actually been fighting for this political reform, even in the Gambia, actively, to make sure that the way political funds are used, you can have super PACs. People can give you political money. But it's only in the Gambia, or at least the Gambia, where we know if Adu's government wants to strengthen our democracy, they have to strengthen the institutions. You're going to come and say, I want to strengthen the democracy, but you are normalizing something in the openly. It's like if they set up projects, like Queen said, if they go to different regions and they set up projects, it's going to be like, okay, we took the campaign funds, we set up projects. But you just take the money and just randomly give it to people just because they are political supporters? That is just buying votes.
Is there any law against that?
Okay, wait. Hamid, wait. Let Mike come in, please.
Okay. Hiri, you cannot say that's not legal unless we have campaign finance laws in the Gambia. We don't, okay? That's
we talked about U.S. No, I asked you about the U.S.
No, even in the U.S., of course, it is legal.
It's illegal in the U.S. to do that.
No, wait. Let me explain. Let me put things in context. Because once you take it out of context, yes, I understand where you are going with that, right? But political parties do have programs that uplift their members, because political parties...
Mike, don't mix apples and oranges.
Why? No.
This is like giving somebody cash. Just say how it's done.
No.
Let him finish.
No, confuse things. This is not how they did it. They just randomly gave the money to people. That's what I'm telling you. Is that legal in the US?
No. Why programs no, Aduboy Haral, they are talking about programs is uplifting their members financially. Of course, they can have programs like that. Even here in the US, of course, they can. You can Google it like you told me to Google it, of course. Hamga campaign finance laws. You come like you did use an example of Trump. No, that was personal. That's outside the limits, Lumunadef. So that's why we need to separate this and we need to put things in context. Once you take things out of context, right, it will look illegal. Of course, it is illegal to miss campaign funds in the U.S., but it does not say you cannot have programs for your members.
Mike, I want you to simplify this.
Okay, Mike, I have a question. Mike, do you understand the debate?
No, man, understand, and the fact is, the notion is that they're trying to buy votes. Okay,
no. Do you understand the complaint we are having here? Do you understand the complaint?
No, understand now. The complaint is you could have people that would influence they could be buying votes one day. You could have people.
No, okay. How do I summarize that?
Mike, dinala wahli adu boy lima adu boy tonto sangha. Ne understanding politics si Gambia, but I don't think ne yotamit. You understand the politics.
Queen, harama rephrase al Mike. Mike, there is a fund set aside in an institution that is only directed to NPP supporting women. They can go and take. Okay, is that okay for the government? They can do that.
No.
Okay.
Whether of course.
Then you are agreed. Okay, can you move on? Move on to.
No, let him finish and then man manu.
Okay. Mike.
They can do it, but whether
okay, sometimes
we have to be. We should not be the people that will say we believe in the law, and
okay, Mike.
When something does not fit our narrative, we say, "Oh no, this is
no, Mike.
I am under the weather, and the last thing I want to do is come on TikTok and argue with anyone. Why? I just had to come in because, man, can you explain to me how it is legal? Even immorally, legally, how this
no, man ma wara wax de. Man ma wara wax de.
I am under the weather.
Dafa am lu ma leen bëgg explainal bala ngeen
I am under the weather and I'm begging for a space.
Under the weather. What can you call a fever? Then mumun la allow.
Well, God damn it. Well, I'm a favorite content. Adu boy. So I'm trying to understand why, first of all, $50 million dalasi nga gene ko ngane okay mandama nyo pour support women, but the people that are going to have access to this money is women that show their membership card.
Absolutely, that is absolutely correct. That is absolutely how it's done even in the West. Only members of the party benefit. They come in front of the line. This is you have to remember, a party is like a private entity.
But West, Mike, is this done in this America?
Absolutely. Even in America, they can do that.
I know.
Mel, Mike.
It's legal.
Mike,
it's not an illegal. Go ahead,
Mike. But what we are talking about here is illegal. Punyu jilko, joko members of the party. You know, as a ruling party, nda funds no are coming from government, or they coming from party supporters, or the funds are coming from businessmen that want to find their way and then give that money to Adam Barrow. We want to clearly know the source of the money.
The matter is there's no super PAC. There's no super PAC.
Queen, this is where the confusion is coming.
Point B la don bañ.
Mike, so Daniel Mel mu be pare. One by one, please.
I'm going confusion become
brother, you let nga ñew rek deglu rek dina ñew ci yow, please.
I'm going confusion become nekk di happen moy ne. Xam nga suñ buggee li nga xam ne nii dafa right always. We need to take the emotion side. Question bi nga laajte noonu Queen is a very valid question. Can deny you la nga laajte question boobu. Dafa ñëw whether lu NPP def dafa legal ndaadu legal, it becomes a legal question. So you have to answer the legal question first, balanga them to the moral question. Or whether tamit nenda tamit, there's a legal component of linganeka di laajte tamit. There's a legal component. Moy ne ndaadu xaalis bi xaalisi nguur gi la wala note ndaadu xaalisi nguur bi. Ndaa ku ko joxe daf ko joxe because of ne dafa buga lenen. That's a very moral question you are asking. That legally luñ def. But at this point, you cannot tell any of that. You don't have an answer to any of that. Why then? It becomes whether lu NPP def legal na not legal. Of course, it's legal. They can have programs, you nga either dafa uplift members of the party or leaning. It could be some hardship programs. They can have that. You can research that. You don't have to take my word for it. Even here in America, you can. Hamga bo ame campaign finance laws dina la wax ne ni nga wara mëna spendé xaalis bi dafa wara am transparency mun nga ubi ñaata nga am naka nga ko amé ak naka nga ko nekk di spendé no ko nekk di spendé tamit dafa am ay loi yu nga xamne dafa tegu no ko wara spendé luma wax ni even bo ko defon fi lu NPP def buñ ne dañ ko nekk di def because of either hardship you nga xamne ni members of the party are having, of course it will pass a legal test even in the West. Whether ndax nuñ amé xaalis bi then becomes another question of fan la xaalis bi jógee. We don't have transparency laws when it comes to we don't have those campaign finance laws in the Gambia. Lolo moy the thing.
Man, that's my main concern. Fan la xaalis bi jógee, and as citizens, if we need that clarification, they have to provide it.
Harama clarify fi ñomi. Harama clarify after the Okay, yes. What I'm saying here is campaign finance. So the gina nit ñi ngi wax campaign finance is ne there are a group of lobbyists ñu dem ci president ne ko ne we will give you money to campaign and then we benefit from you after you win in the presidency. This is not about it. This is about our supporters who support the party, who uplift the party members. They give us money, and then we support our members of the party, especially the women who leave their everything to follow the president wherever he goes. They knock on doors, they use their own funds to do everything for the party. Now, if women are saying, we also are part of the party and we need help, we are going to help them. So do not ask us if it is legal or moral. Okay, this has nothing to do with campaign finance. It has nothing to do with quid pro quo. This is about our women and our children who are in the party, who are doing everything for the party. We have money, we give it to them. Let them do business, let them uplift their living and their hardships. So this is an institution. President Barrow dafa am vision. Limo la wone ku am empathy la ku am yermande si jigen yu ko topa. Because of Lee, amul ben president bu ko musa xalat. Topal len ma jox len $5, topal len ma jox len 5,000 ngeen dem ngeen lek ko mu jé. President Barrow bu len ma topa rek.
Boy, legi mail mom respond please. Mail mu respond after you may Abdullah.
President Barrow cares about the women. Now, let me tell you about the president who cares about women in Gambia. And not in Gambia. Let me tell you about a president who cares about women. A president who cares about women would not allow babies to share incubators. A president who cares about women would not allow a whole wing of a hospital go on fire, and then a couple of days later, remove
your political shenanigans here. Remove your political shenanigans here.
Please.
Would not allow your prostitution being a hamne momo neka Gambia. Te ñi nga xamne ñom ñoo nekk diko def sen jigéen ñepp nga meli jigéen ñepp nga taxawalu in Gambia. So a president that cares about women would make sure that the women.
You should be ashamed of yourself of saying that. The jigéen ñepp ñu ngi taxawalu Gambia. You should be ashamed of saying that.
If that's
no,
where you
no, Mil, you have to take that back. You have to take that back. You should be ashamed of saying that. No, because you know your platform that when a jigéen ñi Gambia ñu ngi taxawalu. That is wrong.
Please.
I am not.
Dafa ñoomi dafa am lo xamne du day jalla fi ni.
Boy, déglu ma. Xam nga Adu boy dafa am lo xamante respect.
You cannot say ne jigéen ñi ngi taxawalu. You cannot say this. You should be ashamed of yourself.
If you disagree, you disagree, but you are not going to tell me what to take back and what not to take back. Yeah, you're not going to tell me what to take back and what not to take back. Yo, then again, I'm put understand. Yo, your government is the most insensitive government that I have ever seen. Yo, so you nga talk fini, yo ya sise, ngen yo fini talks internet be, the what things for cheap political propaganda. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Yen dole muna talk fini di na Gambian si baro talk be 2026. Nganan ma, okay, he cares about Gambian women, he cares about this. No, he doesn't care. All the guy cares about is him and his immediate family. And MP zinga hamne ñom ñoo nekk Gambia ñom ñi nga xamne ñom ñoo wara jël Gambia take Gambia first. They sit there for their parties and their pockets. They do not care about Gambia. So do not sit here and nga talk to some kanam fini do you want oh lini super PACs the ban super PAC in Gambia more large of $50 million ite yo jail the entire Gambia. Then so if we are going to talk about presidents that care about their nations, this is not how we do it. The Gambia has sunken. The Gambia is in a sunken place. Yen minga hamne yena neka di enjoy in Gambia is the 5%. Moi yen minga hamne yen yena am close affiliation with the government. Yen yo bufeke and President Barrow, this is for all Gambian women. Why is it limited to only NPP members? And our NPP members, like Nyoneka Gambian women, President Barrow is the president for the entire Gambia, not just people that support his party. If